you so much for joining this. And then let me introduce myself. Myself is Zakari Khan, and I'm working in facilities management industry in the GCC and India since 15 years. In mostly, like in the FM industries, it is now the transforming phase of the FM industries. And then earlier it is the input base, then it goes to the output, and then now the total, and then the smart facilities management. So how this is evolving and transforming. So through the leverage of the technology, so in the FM industries, we are bringing the operational efficiency, sustainability, productivity, and the decision making, and it's really helpful in FMs. How it is being helpful to bring the operational efficiency. Like we are using machines instead of more manpower. Like for the outdoor areas, like to clean, to sweeping, like the big parking lots and the outdoor areas, like let's say the ports and airports and all. So the equipments are helping, the machines are helping to reduce the workforce, and it can do better and bring the efficiencies. So and then the sustainability by reducing the carbon footprints through leveraging the technology, and then it increase the productivity also, because like when you measure the things, like through CAFM, through motion sensors and all. So and then by using it is still at the infancy stage, like, but however the data driven decisions are coming. So where instead of the reactive maintenance, FM is moving to the predictive and the condition based maintenance. uh, this is the brief introduction about myself. I'm part, I am writing some articles and research works for FMA, FMJ, ESA, and all. And I work on the sustainability and circular economy, the smart facilities management, digital transformation, and ESG and net zero. So by the end of this session, we will be, these will be the outcomes of our presentation or our discussion, like what is the smart FM and how it is different from the total facilities management, and how the technology is can be leveraged to improve the productivity, and what kind of technology we are using in FM industries, like the CAFM, BMS, clouds, and those kind of stuff. And then energy efficiencies and reducing by carbon footprints, like energy waste, water, those kind of things, and how the FM, smart FM, is supporting globally to achieve net zero, and supporting the ESG, and how like the data driven decision making is helping to take the better decisions and build the buildings, smart building with the clean energies and all. So and then how we can at the end, like FM is evolve around the customer experience. So how we can improve the customer experience. So these are the current scenarios where we have the reactive maintenance, like earlier we had the reactive, then we have a limited asset visibility, and as asset life cycle is very weak. But nowadays, the asset life cycle and the replacement of assets and those kind of stuffs are very focused. And then manual reportings, like it is another challenge in this, the carbon emission pressure, and the rising operational cost and high energy consumption. So these are the challenges in FM industry. So how these are being, like solved, or how the smart FM is supporting to leverage these technology and reduce, like carbon emission, increase productivity, and reduce operational cost, which is the main challenge, like if for workplaces and any building. So in that, like data analytics, IoT sensors, these are very popular nowadays at the workplaces like the IBM, Oracle, Apple's. And even though, in Saudi Arabia, the Giga projects, they are using IoT sensors to monitor the indoor air qualities and the motion sensors for the lights and all. So these are and then the data tells, like occupancy rates and of those offices. So through that, we can drive, like how the workplace can be, utilized, and the permanent offices can be converted into the shared offices or shared workplaces. And then everything, how can we automate, like if there is a AC failure, we get notifications through in our system, like there is AC failure, and then the technicians receive that call through the CAFM, and then it fix it, upload the report, and then system works. So real time monitoring is important. So it is being done through, like IoT sensors, BMS, and CAFM. It is helping for the predictive maintenance also. Like we are now not only based on the traditional method of like quarterly and monthly PPMs, like and annual. But this is helping to the real time or predictive maintenance. If there is any issue in the chiller, so and there is some vibration analyzer is there, then the thermography, so it is helping for the predictive maintenance. So instead of waiting for the scheduled, we came to know prior to that. And then the space smart space management can be done in the workplaces. Then the energy management, and then the energy management, then the uh, safety, and the compliances. Now, like the compliances, ESG reporting, health and safety, occupational safety, and then overall the performance optimization and the governance of the contracts. And then the outcomes of these are the improved building performance, sustainability, cost optimization, uh, improved, like customer experience, and seamless operations. So in the smart FM, our target to make the operations seamless and to reduce the operational cost, achieve sustainability, net zero, and like the improved building performances. So these are the main goals. And why smart facilities management and important, and what are the need? Because this is efficient, more sustainable, and predictive. Because instead, it is, optimizing resources, it is reducing the cost and focus by increasing the productivity by using the technology as well as the equipment. uh, and then it is more on sustainability, like we are more focused now about a reuse of like the recycling of the water. Like most of the facilities, they have the rainwater management system. They have the STPs to recycle the water. And even though in some of our facilities we are recycling, like the water from the wash basins and being used in the commode and NWCs. So those kind of smart management system, smart washroom, smart parking. So those are helping to reduce the carbon emissions. And then the main idea, the core idea, is the predictive and maintenance. So no need to wait till end and then discuss the maintenance, and how it is like evolving and different than the traditional. Earlier we were more rely on the reactive maintenance. When there is a breakdown, we receive a call like this is um, AC is not working, door is not working, washroom is blocked, those kind of things. Now this is going to the predictive maintenance. In that predictive maintenance, if there is any issue, minor issue, and there is like any changes in the vibrations or temperatures, IoT sensors, they sense it and they give the message, like there is in the generator system, in chillers, in HVAC, in the elevators. So this need to be checked, and the motor is taking more current. So those kind of things is happening earlier. Like manual inspections. You see a lot of checklist everywhere. Lot of pages were being printed. Nowadays, real-time monitoring is happening through IoT devices. So anything is being happened. It is being recorded, and then and then the paper records. The paper records has the drawback for the archiving, and in the FM industries. Subcontractors has to, or service partners or FM partners, they have to keep the record for their reports and everything for many years. So in that, the archiving was a challenge. So now the digital records are very common. So all the data are centralized. We have the shared drives where we keep all the records of our data, be it the manpower records, like where the attendance are being processed digitally, our invoices are being processed digitally, DocuSigns, those kind of stuff. Earlier in the traditional FM, the fixed schedule is important to follow the schedule, like be it routine maintenance, or it is monthly checks or inspections, quarterly PPMs, plant preventive maintenance. But now it is dynamic schedules based more on the data. If we don't require to perform the maintenance, or if our asset is functioning well, so we no need to open, because whenever, how many times you open it, it impact overall asset life cycle. High use of resources. Earlier in the traditional FM, like the productivity of technicians and cleaners and others are very less. But now, by using the technology, especially in the soft services and the customer experience areas of front desk operations, the productivity is tremendously increased. Like the open area can be cleaned by the road sweepers, parking lots can be cleaned by the ride-ons, and then the walk behind machines. So, and then there are the robots are cleaning the facades. So the productivity is a lot more increased, and these technologies are very helpful to save, to improve the productivity, and to mitigate the risk also. Facade cleaning is very risky when the people are doing at 100 floors and all. But nowadays, robots are doing those kind of jobs. Then we have we have the smart facilities management framework. How does it work? What are the key outputs, and why we are doing this? So we have the CAFM, we have the BMS, we have the IoT sensors which takes the data, and then there is a cloud platforms where the data is being stored. Analytics generates the reports. It tells us like how many jobs is being created under the electrical, mechanical, HVAC, and soft services. So it gives always better understanding, like where how we can optimize our the manpower which is available at the project. And then it always help in the decision making. If we are increasing more tickets related to that, or reactive call is related to the civil, so we can focus on those areas. We can analyze, like which area has more issues, so we can fix it one time. And then it help us to reduce more reactive tickets. And then in the smart FM, we always prefer to the predictive maintenance or plant maintenance instead of reactive. So always, like we have more more the predictive maintenance and the plant maintenance, and discourage the reactive more reactives. Energy consumptions, we are more focused on energy consumptions. Most of incandescent lights and the bulbs, sodium lights are being replaced with the LED. And LED, these are, like 3 years of life, and then no need to do change the bulbs and all. And then the heating, like most of the energy, around 40% of the energy is being consumed in the heating and cooling. So it help us, like to save, like energy by using the VAVs and other technology, which motion sensors, like light being off, AC being switched off in those areas where, like people are not there. Then the water consumptions, in the water consumptions, the aerators are being used to reduce the airflow, to reduce the water. And then the pressure, the PRVs are being used to maintain those pressures. And then the water is being used smartly through the recycling process. And to improve, the indoor quality, biophilic design, vertical walls, and indoor plants are being used for that. The occupancy level is being monitored through the occupancy sensors, or IoT, through IoT. So it gives the better data to take the decision how to use those offices, or either these offices are required or not in the longer run. Then the equipment performance, like through the data history of that equipment. So asset life cycle is being monitored, and then the sink fund is being, like built based on the assets. And then the key outputs, it help, like in the cost saving, reduce the operational cost, reduce the capex cost. And then it helps in the sustainability by reducing, the energy, low energy consumption, it reduces water consumption, and at the end it helps the carbon reduction. The productivity of the people, like if we do the manual jobs, but through the technology, or through by using the CAFM, productivity of the work always improved. So these are the enhancing, how we enhance operational efficiency. So by doing the predictive maintenance, and then reduce the equipment downtime, because this is very critical, how we can reduce the equipment downtime. Like if we are managing a building of 100 story, where the elevator is the key asset, where the thousands of people are using those elevators, how we can maintain those elevators without downtime, or zero downtime, or very minimum. So these are the like how we can plan in advance to for their maintenance. Escalators in the shopping malls, airports. So how we can use those, and then the heating and cooling system at shopping malls, airports, ports, those those big infrastructures. And then this is predictive maintenance always helps to extend the asset life cycle. And when it helps to extend the life cycle, let's say, let's take an example of chillers and or the diesel generators. So these have the life cycle of 20 years. But by doing the predictive maintenance, it could be 20, 22 years or 25 years. Or if we talk about minor assets like the small ACs, small electrical distribution boards. So by doing the predictive maintenance, we can improve the asset life cycle. And then the main thing is, like, lower the maintenance cost. Maintenance cost is reduced by avoiding, like, more by reducing the manpower, by reducing the downtime, by reducing the reactive calls. So when the asset is being maintained well, so reactive call is being reduced. And then the asset management, in that, like, we have all the data about the asset, history of the asset, real time tracking, how many reactive calls is being attended in any specific elevator, diesel generators, or the chillers, or like how many ppms we have conducted. So it gives the real time tracking when there is a call logged and call closed. So, and then it improves the reliability of the asset. And then, of course, at the end, it helps the better life cycle planning, so in the asset management. Automated operations nowadays, like smart HVAC systems, scheduling, and then the smart elevator system, intelligent lighting system, and automated alarm alerts. So by doing this, we can reduce 15 to 30% of the operating cost. And then it helps us to reduce the consumable of the MEP consumables, soft services consumables, and and it helps to reduce the spares. When we do the predictive maintenance, we don't need to spend more money on spares, because like operating cost is very big chunk in FM industry, because FM industry is more on input. It has fixed asset or recurring cost, same as the manpower, same as like it has the third parties, specialized vendors, so those stuff. So most of the cost is fixed, and then the operating cost is variable in FM. So if we are reducing the consumables, spares, and electricity bills, so those kind of stuff, or utilities bill, it helps us to reduce the operating cost, and then overall margin of FM improves, or the contracts improve. Then the sustainability through the smart FM, the clean energy. Like nowadays the workplaces are being transformed from, or being built off grids. So where like solar energy is being used, uh, wind energy is being used, and a smart metering system, LED lights. Energy efficient equipment. So those kind of stuffs are helping to reduce energy and transforming from grid to the off grid, and clean energy. And then the load balancing, like if our building are smart, they knows how much electrical load is required and all. And the waste management is very transforming um, in the FMs. The smart bins. They nowadays, like the bins, they automatically segregate, like the waste. Either it is plastic, it is organic, or it is the paper. So those smart bins, and then they gives the real time tracking of the data, either the bin is filled, fill or half fill, or when to collect. And then the tracking system of those waste collection through the vehicles and all. And overall, it is helping to the circular economy initiatives. And then the water management. In that water management, like installation of aerators at the sink, by managing the pressure in the lines, avoiding the leak detection system, and the water consumption. So it is helping a lot. And the rainwater management system, recycling of the water at site by installing the STP plants, RO plants, uh, and then STP water is being used as a gray water in the irrigation system or the landscape. And then overall the carbon reduction is the main target. So this is helping again to reduce the carbon footprints. And ESG reporting. So ESG, energy system, so it is helping to generate the ESG reporting also. Then we have the smart energy management system, how the occupancy sensors and smart lighting systems, HVAC optimization, energy efficient equipment, AI-based energy analytics, and the renewable energy integration. So these are the energy optimization, because and then it overall improves building performance, and then it saves energy from 20 to 40%. And then overall, when we reduce the energy through, so it gives a cost saving also, and it reduce the carbon footprint also, and it reduce the dependency on grid. So those kind of things, the solar energy is very, 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 very useful nowadays, renewable, including the wind energy. So smart buildings, they are using the clean energy also, as well as reducing energy consumption by using technology and monitoring the occupancy level. And then the smart waste management system. So in that waste management system, if you consider a community of 10,000 people, where the real time monitoring of of water is happening, like how much is the water is being consumed on daily basis, which zone or area is using the more water, and which trade is using, like our water is being used more in the landscape, or either it's being used in the washrooms, or it is being used in the laundry. And how the data is changing, or how the utilization is changing throughout the year. So in the summer, water consumptions increase, energy consumptions increase. In winter, it reduces. So how it reduces? The people use the less water. We use less water in the irrigation. So these are like a smart water meter, water we use, gray water utilization, and then the water analytics, immediate alerts, and reduce the water loss. And the immediate alerts for the leak detection systems are being used in the pipeline. So it gives the alert to where is actually the leak is happening. And it is helping uh, to to find out the leakages or real leakage, and for underground infrastructure, it is very helpful. Like if you have a big community, and then it has an underground infrastructure, and then you have the leak detection system, you will know the exact location where the underground pipe has a leak. Otherwise, you have to dig whole area. So this is very helpful for the maintenance or rectification perspective. And then overall it is improving the productivity and the customer experience. So smart workplaces, they do the occupancy analytics, the space utilization, improve indoor air quality, and then the benefits, improved comfort, better employee satisfaction, increased productivity, healthier indoor environment. So these are the data driven decision making. Once we have the data, we can analyze it. We can take better decision. But with the help of AI, we can get more suggestions also. Even AI is helping to response, our emails, and then analyze the data, give the command, and then you can we can analyze those commands. So data sources, we have the sensors, we have the utility meter, CMMS, CAFM, BMS, and environmental monitoring system like uh, indoor air quality. We have the parking management system, we have the elevator management system, we have the smart washroom. So all these are the data points where we collect the data, and it is being processed. When the data is being processed, so the decision can be made. And then the analytics deliverables. So we can monitor how many tickets are open, how many PPMs are being done in this month or every day. What are the challenges, like what are the critical reactive calls, like the P1, the priority ones, and those. And then it helps, like data helps for the predictive insight and risk identification. Workplace is very sensitive about like safety of the people. People are working at height, people are working in the confined space. People sometimes are stressed because of their family pressures, long commute, and other things. So occupational health and safety is very important. And then the PPE of the people. So and then overall this helps our KPI tracking, which is mostly the contractual deliverables in as per the contracts, like minimum to achieve 90-95% to achieve by the service partners. And then the outcome, like in the long-term planning, real estate developers or the building owners or the FM companies, they can develop the better or informed, like decision making and better strategy. Then the digital twins technology, this is, like the virtual building presentation. And then nowadays, like they we scan the complete building, and then there is a 3D model is being created in the system. So if we have building, let's say the municipality building, and it is being scattered in whole city. So all the buildings, all the assets can be virtually, like represented. And then we can know like where are the assets, how many assets, which has asset has a fault, where our modification work in progress, where we are getting more reactive calls and the predictive calls. So then the real time monitoring and the scenario simulation, and then the asset optimization, where like if any municipality or any company, they have 50 buildings or 100 buildings, and some buildings, they are not being utilized, some assets are not being utilized. So they can be, mothball. It can go for better optimization of those assets. And then the application, like we have the energy management, maintenance plan, sustainability reporting, and then the energy response plan, emergency response plan. Emergency response is very, very critical, like in terms of like power shutdown, and we have 1,000 people inside the building, and there is a fire alarm triggered or real fire. How to evacuate the building? So emergency routes or exit routes are should be prepared all the time. We must have the assembly point, and we must have fire warden, first aiders in our team, and then they have to take care for those emergency. And emergency scenario could be anything. It could be fire, it could be bomb threat, it could be the medical emergency, it could be any force measures. Like sometimes, like the road is being closed, and then the people have to stay in their workplaces, let's say for 4 hours or 5 hours. So these are the different scenarios. And then what is a smart FM and ESG goals? Main is the environmental growth and maturity, the carbon reduction, resource conservation, the growth, like the occupant health and safety, workplace well-being, and then the transparent reporting is very, very important part of the smart facilities management. And then regulatory compliances. What does the world standards, international standards says? What does the ISO says? What does the SFG 20 says? What does the SFG 30 says? What does SIPS says? Like what are the standards of IEEE, ASHRAE? So those kind of, and then the local authorities, like there is, like water testing is water testing is one of the example. Fire alarm and fire and life safety systems. So the compliances, regulatory compliances, and then the smart FM. Obviously, it contribute to the net zero strategy. And then what is the roadmap? How we can implement the smart FM in the facilities? So it can be segregated in phases. So 4 phases, like assess and plan phase one, where the facilities asset is being assessed, asset inventory, asset condition, energy and water baselines, and then sustainability gap. Then the second phase two is the digital optimization or digital integration. Then the IoT sensor, smart meter, BMS integration, cloud-based monitoring, CAFM, and the optimization and improve operational and excellence, predictive maintenance, energy optimization, water waste, and the phase four sustainable. Sustain and grow, continuous improvement, KPI monitoring, ESG reporting, carbon footprint tracking, and net zero. So this is the roadmap to achieve the smart implement the smart FM. The business and sustainability impact of a smart FM. How does it create the impact, or how does it create the positive impact? So it helps, like a strategic benefit, enhance the ESG reporting, ESG disclosure, better regulatory compliance, improved occupant satisfaction, data-driven decisions, and operational benefit. It reduces the 15 to 30% operating cost, reduce the 25 to 50% equipment downtime, and then the improved asset life cycle performance, and the sustainability benefits. It gives the energy saving of 20 to 40%, reduce water consumption, lower carbon emissions, and improved waste decision rate, or the landfill divergence of the waste, or zero waste workplaces. The conclusion is, like it is aligned with the UN SDGs, where climate action is the main goal. And then in that it's smart FM. We integrate, like technology, with the system. So operational excellence, the strategic advantages, sustainability impact, people-centric approach, and deliverables is efficiency, resilience, people-centric sustainability and innovation. So this is about my presentation or on FM, how the traditional or total FM is being transformed to become the smart FM, and this is the roadmap. So if you have any questions, so I am ready.
Well, thank you so much. Is that such a brilliant presentation? We have some questions in the Q&A. I'll read them for you. So the first one says the traditional approach of paperwork was useful in addressing knowledge and skill gaps in various sectors and countries. Now, if it is digitized, is it possible certain people are just skipped? Example, in countries like India, sometimes there is a bit of skill and knowledge gap regarding personnel involved. So before implementing digital aspect, is it recommended to go through paper mode or can be directly implemented digitally?
See,
It's quite long, yeah.
Yeah, in the FM industry, it's evolving, it's transforming, and then in the FM industry, we use, like if you see at a broader perspective, the workforce in term of the cost or in term of percentage, it is always around 60 to 65%. So the trained manpower or trained workforce is very important. So people must get training, and the skill development is the key fundamental in FM. Like we have to train our people, we have to upskill them, and then it is they could be like very good resource. So first the training of the people, or develop that mindset, and then the bring technology. Otherwise, like people have resistance to that, or there will be the gap, or there will be challenge for the adaptation.
Thank you. Thank you. The next question, based on your experience, what a business case for smart facility or in general to apply intelligent building management systems would be for a real estate manager? What would you suggest?
See, if you talk about the facility, most of these technologies are being used at the workplace. However, the health care facilities are the best examples. We also manage hospitals where technology is helping us a lot, especially in critical areas like the patient areas, OPD, operation theaters, so those things. So workplaces are better, or like best place to use these technology, or all the critical facilities. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The next question says, I do understand that smart facility management helps to reduce the human involvement, but in the workflow from IoT to BMS to cloud to analytics to decision making, where is still human interference required the most apart from decision making in terms of safety?
See, the decision making will be remain, again, human decision making. Managers has to decide everything. However, the basic decision making can be done through, data analytics. But at the end, facilities manager, they have to take the call, and they have to develop this strategy. They have to respond in case of safety, in case of, operation reduction, cost reductions, and in case of optimization. So human intervention is very important. These technology can give you the data. These technology give you the analytics. Then based on that data, we have to take the decision. But like basic decisions they can take, like if there is there is issue in HVAC system or in air conditioning or in chiller, so they can raise that ticket. But to resolve those issues and then confirm, yes, this issue has been resolved, it needs the human intervention. At the end, in FM sectors, human intervention is very important. However, technology can reduce, the workload can reduce the manpower, but decision making will be the through humans.
Okay. Then the last question from the Q&A says, do you think that this would be applicable in water-stressed regions? While some projections indicate that most digital technological hubs' water demand could reach 1 billion cubic meters per year, and also placing an immense strain on those regions which are already experiencing water stress.
Yeah, so in facilities management, it is not the core AI. Actually, it is not the data center. Data center business is totally different. But in the facilities management, we do manage the facilities. Either it could be hospital, it could be workplace, it could be airport, it could be the port, or the normal facilities, or it could be the shopping mall. So through that technology, it helps to reduce the electricity consumption. It helps to increase, reduce the water consumption also. So it is helping, to reduction utilization of the water. It will not increase the water, more water, because these technology are being helpful for to automate the workflow and reduce the human intervention.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. With that, our time is up. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining this session. I think we are going to go over to the other sessions. It was a brilliant presentation from Izzat. Thank you. Well done.
Can you put the picture on this chat, the mentor?
Yeah.
The link, thank you.
Thank you.